welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Great Awakening. If you are new here, I'm your host, Mrs. Independent. Welcome and make yourself at home. In this channel, we bring new commentaries, review, analysis of reality TV shows, movie trending, social topics, and everything in between. So make yourself at home and hit that subscription button, like, comment, and share the video for this channel to grow. Without further ado, let's get to this video. I think first and foremost, family, we should congratulate Mkhonto Wesizwe, the party that is 5 months year old, as I put it, the party that shows other parties flames, the party that shows other parties like you cannot write us off, and it's not over until we say it's over. We should congratulate them, and I think that's the best that we can do. And secondly, I was watching Musi Maimani's interview, so that's what brought me to this video. So Musi, educated as he is really at it again, joining the sour grape team that is Kwete and Helen Zille. So he was being interviewed, and he actually said it is so disappointing to see ethnic voting that is taking place in South Africa, and it's going to be a disaster because people now, they are not voting for parties due to their track records, but they're just voting them because of ethnicities. So now I ask myself, it's wrong for a person to vote for a party that they feel it speaks to them, that they feel it has, touched the nerve or the core of them, and they just want, they feel that this party will bring us change that we so much need. But before I talk too much, just listen to him and leave your comments on the comment section below.
An intentional thing. This was an election like no other. So, in many ways, one of the difficulties that have taken place in this election is the fact that you've got, if you like, ethnic mobilization that has taken place, in the sense that you've got growth of, if you like, MK, Zulu nationalism, you've got, in some ways, PA, you've got all of that took place, which makes this election a very difficult one, but we feel in a country that is polarizing, that is moving in direction.
I think guys will agree with me that therapy is needed. Therapy. These political parties, the leaders, they really need therapy. So yeah, until then, like, subscribe, and share the video. Bye-bye.
Indeed, for your time. Apologies while you were speaking on the phone there. But let me get your overall sense of this election, yesterday's vote.
Well, yesterday's vote was marred by a very poor performance of the IEC. It was the worst that I have seen yet, and one doesn't want that in a maturing democracy. One would think that the IEC would get better and better every election as they iron out the problems that they faced in the previous elections. But that does not seem to be the case, and I think the IEC has got a lot of introspection to do around whether it's doing justice to a young democracy.
So what we see at the moment on the leaderboard, and we have been telling our viewers, of course, it's still very early. We're waiting for many of these results to come through. But if we take a look at the Democratic Alliance at the moment, it's 490,035. My eyes are deceiving me there, but I hope I got that right. For the Democratic Alliance, do you feel that the campaign that you ran was sufficient enough to keep you in your position, or to even cast doubt on the electorate, or to give them, an option in terms of how the country should move forward in dealing with some of the challenges that the electorate has been complaining about?
Well, indeed, the DA is the option for good governance. We've proved that where we govern, either in local authorities or in the province of the Western Cape, that if people want good governance, they vote for the DA, and good governance makes an enormous difference in people's lives. So we don't only do that before election, the proof of the pudding is in the long periods between elections. So it is very, very important for people to understand that that's why they vote, for good governance. So that's the DA's offer. And we told the truth throughout the entire election campaign. We ensured that everybody knew what they would face, and we gave them the clearest alternative in the DA.
But if you look at the Western Cape, for example, and I must say, these are results that are yet to come into their full shape. But, for example, the Patriotic Alliance in the Western Cape seems to have made inroads. I'm not able to tell at this particular point whether it is on the back of your supporters. Does that worry you at this stage?
I think that the Patriotic Alliance's growth is primarily scooping up all the small parties like Good, like the PBI. They've taken a big chunk from the ANC. And of course, they've also taken some of our votes. Now, that represents a kind of ethnic identity vote, if I can put it that way. And that should worry every single South African. Because if South Africa disintegrates into a whole range of ethnic identity votes, it's going to be very, very difficult to build a coherent government. I think our coalitions in future will be totally ungovernable in that sense. And it means that people won't be voting on what parties offer, and they certainly won't be voting on a track record in governance. They will be voting for people who they can identify with personally, but without consequence for the longer term results of what they're doing, which is going to be to make governance almost impossible in our country.
But that particular aspect, when you talk about people voting on ethnic lines, are you saying that they simply voted for the Patriotic Alliance in this particular instance because they're coloured, or is this not because also perhaps the sections of the coloured vote in the Western Cape that don't believe that the Democratic Alliance has done enough for them?
Well, I think you must go and interview those voters, but you will know that Gayton has always said he's not interested in any other vote but the coloured vote. And so that speaks very strongly to that sense of identity that he's trying to create for people as coloured people rather than as South Africans.
Priscilla, thank you very much for your time. We've run out of time, but we're great to